Hi everybody, and welcome to the weekly outlook for DTS system trading with me, your host Omar, and a pretty exciting day today as I was trying to get this weekly outlook together, and I apologize it's coming out so late. I had some audio issues. I decided to just go ahead and start out with the Euro Yen today because of the monster move it made. This was earlier today, towards the end of the London session. We had the announcement in the Bank of Japan about Kuroda, and it just plummeted. We broke through 120. We went all the way from around 120, above 125 to around 118 and a half. So 650 pips in just a matter of a few hours. I think this only took about 6 hours. So that was a huge, massive move. And as you can see, what happened right after we got down to 118.50 is we had a snapback of quite a big distance as well, of snapback of 300 pips. So even though a big move for a whole day usually on the Euro Yen is 300 pips, that was just the snapback from the 650 pip move downwards. So after the gap below at the beginning of the week here, it does appear to me that the Euro Yen is now in a downtrend, and so we'll have to be playing it that way. We'll go back to a daily chart now. As you can see, we have this monster candle, and a few other things of note: that we have broken our trend line. Remember, as I said, as we got deeper into the wedge, there'd be more of a chance of it popping out. And it broke out to the downside, and interestingly enough, pulled right back to the trend line before plummeting further down. So essentially we are now below 120, and that is really the area that we're going to keep an eye on, is around 120 all the way back up to our area of 121.30, and then all the way down to either 118 and a half or 118 in general. So we're going to go ahead and put a line at 118 and a half because that is where the move stopped today. So clearly that was an important stopping point.
Scalp.
Swing.
And then 118 as a final lower area. And as you can see, it already pulled back to 121.30 before continuing lower. So for this week, I think as long as it stays below 121.30, we can look short. Be careful around 118 or 118 and a half, as it may bounce off of it again before piercing below. But in my opinion, I think we've had a nice trend reversal, at least for now, based on the fundamental news. So we can start aggressively trading the Euro Yen to the downside now, as well as with the other yen crosses. Well, let's go ahead and start out as our normal place with the Euro USD. Alright, here we have the Euro USD on the daily chart, and there's one major line I have to put in. We might as well do it together. And that's at 1.30. And as we know, whole numbers are major areas, especially the more zeros the better, and 1.3 is a very big area. I'm going to make this one a big one. Okay. So essentially, not only have we broken below 1.33, which was important, but we have now broken below 1.3150, which was a very important area. So what we're going to do is, for this week, we will want to look for pullbacks to 131.50, followed by short signals, or just any reasonable pullback would be acceptable before a short signal. I really think that the Euro USD is now in at least a short to medium term downtrend. and it would be a good place to go short on this. And it's we have to be cognizant of the area at 1.30, that we don't short right into 1.30. So we can also look for bounce trades, since it's not that far away from 1.30, back up in that direction for a long, or we can wait for a break of 1.30 followed by a pullback and then a short signal. So overall, there's quite a few options that could be lining up on the Euro USD. And every time we have a big breakout like we saw, there might be a pullback followed by a longer continuation. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pound. And as you can see from the pound on the daily chart, it's still in a downtrend, and we have broken below the area of 1.54, which was a major area again. We have not gotten a pullback to this area yet, so that's something to consider. And then we have a supermassive area of 1.50 below. So we're going to have to place the line there. We've gotten there pretty fast, and I wouldn't have expected it to be so quick, but you can never predict those things in Forex. So. And we'll be trading within this range this week. Again, 1.53 could be another good area to look at. You can see that over the last few days we've had a bit of action there.
Swing.
So something else to look at. But we're definitely in a downtrend. And the one thing that I'm actually very happy to see is that now most of the pairs we're looking at, as far as the major pairs go, are all moving in the same direction again. And that is a much better way to trade. The fact that the pound had been going down, the euro going up, the Australian dollar going sideways, that hadn't been really good. I like to trade when all correlated pairs are moving in the same direction. And so we're getting a lot of that back. And I really think that if we're patient and look for good pullbacks, maybe to 1.53, and some good short signals, whether it be on the Hawk, the Falcon, or the Eagle, we can get some good trades this week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Aussie because it's a little different. The pound is still in a downtrend. Look for short trades. These are the areas that I would recommend paying attention to. Of course, you can always take a bounce trade off of 1.5, and if price continues to plummet, we would of course be looking for breakouts of 1.50 followed by a pullback and then another short. So a lot of good areas to focus on with the pound going short this week. Here's the Australian dollar versus the US dollar on the daily chart. As you can see here, the recent price action has not been all that good. In fact, we've been in this kind of sloppy, choppy sideways pattern with the Aussie, and to be honest with you, as much as I have wanted to trade this pair lately, especially at dipping below our important support and resistance area here, it really hasn't been good enough to trade. So I would avoid this one until we get some clearer moves and clearer direction again with this pair. So you can always look for scalping trades intraday, above and below, and for the purposes of our trading session, our live trading session coming up in a few hours, I'm going to go ahead and use the ultimate support and resistance with this, and we'll see if we can get some little bounce trades off of it. But as far as the bigger picture goes, I would just avoid the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Here is the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen on the 1 hour chart. The reason I chose the 1 hour chart again is because I wanted to show the parallel between this and what happened on the euro yen. This also made that gigantic move that the euro yen did, as all yen crosses did earlier in the day. It broke through our very, very important area of 95, blasted right through it, and then shot right back up to it. But as what happens with most breakouts is that it tests the area and then rejects. So it went in the original direction of the trend. This week I would certainly be looking for shorts now on the Australian dollar yen as it moves away from 95, possibly all the way back down to 90, which would be the next major whole number. So if we get some more pullbacks to this area, certainly if it bounces off this area again to the downside, I would take the trade. If price for some reason reverses and breaks above it, then we'll be looking to go long away from 95. Again, it's pretty simple on the Australian dollar yen. Let's just see if we get the price action to keep these pairs moving. And in other news, the trade manager for Forex is nearing completion finally. We've got the lot sizing figured out. We just have to figure out the risk in regards to every single different pair because it's calculated differently. And very close to completion. I'm going to get that to everybody ASAP. And we'll finally be able to use our new trade manager for every Forex pair and put that to rest so we can get on to the day ranger. I wish everybody the very best in all their trading this week, and of course you can contact me at omar@dtsforexsystem.com if you have any questions, concerns, or comments in regards to trading. It's great to hear from you guys when you reach out, and I'm happy to work with you and help you as much as I can attain success and profit in your Forex trading. Best wishes this week. Let's make lots and lots of pips because the last couple of weeks have been kind of junky. So I'll see you in the live session. Take care.